We went to church on Sundays and Christmas and Easter, and I was baptized in the Catholic Church when I was quite young, and so we were regular attenders of church, but I really didn't get much out of it, I guess. We just came, and I saw it as something we always did, but never really committing my life or turning my life over to Christ. Just kind of doing it because I thought I had to, and I'm not really believing what I was being told. My view of God at that time was very judgmental. What I believed was there was no way I was ever going to make it to heaven, no matter how good I was. And I wasn't willing to do some of the things that I thought they were asking me to do. I didn't think I needed to go to confession regularly to get to heaven. I didn't see the point of it. And I saw people in the church that I thought were hypocrites. I didn't believe what they were telling me because I saw the way they were living outside of the church. And I just didn't believe in that. And so I figured God was this distant person or this distant thing that could never be attained. And no matter what I did, and why try? I started drinking when I was pretty young, maybe sophomore in high school, probably 16 years old. Just started out, with friends on the weekends here and there. Immediately enjoyed it. Remember getting drunk at one of my first parties, getting sick, drinking way too much, way too fast, waking up the next day thinking I want to do that again because that was fun. It made me funny, it made me popular, it gave me friends that I normally didn't have outside of parties. When I turned 21, it became more and more of, 3 days a week, 4 days a week and whatnot, typical college stuff, I thought. And I loved it. Again, it did the same thing for me. It got me out of my shell. I was a pretty shy and reserved person, and I didn't have to be that way when I was drinking alcohol. I could just act ridiculous, I guess, and I thought that people liked that, and that's what they wanted, so I kept doing it. My wife got a job where she traveled a lot, so my drinking pretty much turned into a 7-day-a-week affair at that point. When my wife was traveling, I was drinking, went from 2 nights to 3 nights, from 3 nights to 4 nights, 4 nights to 5 nights. Pretty soon, it was every night of the week, and I actually looked forward to when my wife would leave on her business trips because that meant I could drink how I wanted to. So about 2 years ago, my drinking had spiraled out of control. I couldn't go one day without drinking. I couldn't go much more than 6 to 8 hours without drinking. My body craved it. All I could think about was drinking. If I wasn't drinking or drunk, I was thinking about it. Thinking about the next time I could drink, how I would drink, where would I get the money to drink. It was a little before this time, too, that we came over and helped to start the Ransom Church with the Phils and all those involved, and I thought a change of church is what I needed. I thought that could actually maybe help me become a better person because I didn't feel very good about myself. My alcoholism was starting to take its toll on me, physically, mentally, spiritually. And it was because of the Ransom at that time that I knew there was something that needed to be changed in my life. I was hoping it wasn't the alcohol. I was hoping it was something I could do, get involved with the church more, just do the good things. And it seemed every Sunday I'd walk out of the theater just feeling like Phil was preaching directly to me. My heart just craved, his messages so much, and I felt so convicted, yet I didn't know where to turn. I was so scared and I was humiliated at what I'd become. My view of God at that point was, God doesn't love me. He made me an alcoholic just like he makes some people math whizzes, how he makes some people athletes. He made me an alcoholic. I prayed to God daily to make me not drink. And every day I woke up, all I could think about was drinking. So I was very angry at God at this point. During this time I was in treatment and beginning my recovery from alcohol, Ransom was a huge support system for not only myself, but for my family as well. Both of the Phils came out on a weekly basis just to meet with me and talk with me and to see how I was doing and pray with me. And I can't even name the many people who were able to, who took care of my family while I was away, and who also would come out and see me and send me cards in the mail, and just send me their prayers and their thoughts and their love, which was such a huge motivator during this time, because there were times I felt like giving up, that it wasn't worth it, the pain wasn't worth it. But eventually I started to experience forgiveness and love and grace. I started to love myself again. I started to feel God's love, not only within my life, but seeing it all around me. And that's one thing I really had to come to terms with, and was a big stepping stone for me, is when I actually made the choice to surrender my entire life to God. That I can't control everything. I don't need to control everything. There's things in my life that I can control, and that's fine. But the rest of it is life, and that's the way it is. And today I can accept life on life's terms, and that's because of the grace of God.